and gentlemen, my name is Dumebi Akukwe. I'm a speaker, an unpublished writer, and an aspiring neurosurgeon. I'm 14 years old, so which automatically makes me a teenager. Okay. Funny enough, when I was 11 years old, my dad, advised me. And then when I thought of teenagers, I saw them as, scary, unapproachable, unemotional people. And then my dad would be like, take care of your sisters, love your mom, read your Bible, obey your mom. And, as simple as that. Then I turned 13, and it got a bit harsh. He would be like, make sure you don't leave home. Make sure you don't leave school. If you try to stay near any boy, and watch out for your company. And, everything led to don't smoke, don't drink, don't get pregnant. Something like that. Now, relating to that, now my mom took a different approach. She was like, you were great, you were unique, you're an individual, you were special. And this makes a big difference because she talked to me like I was a human being. Like I could reason, I could see things going on around me. Now, when about a few weeks after I turned 13, my dad called and he tried to advise me. But somehow the advice turned from advice to accusation. And this really hurt me because, I expected something loving, something, soft. But it was really harsh. Like it took a big toll on me for the, after a few weeks, and it was painful. But after that, I got over it. Not long after that, I watched a documentary on polar bears, and there was this mother bear trying to teach a cub how to hunt, and the cub proved a bit stubborn. Also, I remember the narrator likened the cub to a teenager in the terms lazy, which struck me. It was then I began to realize why and understand why my father talked to me the way he did. Because that umbrella, that shell, that heading teenagers, that's what changed his mentality. That's what changed the way he saw me. Because I had finally entered 13, I had finally become a 13-year-old. And this brings me to my topic, teenagers, the right perception. Now, as we all know, teenagers are persons between the ages of 13 and 19 years. But unfortunately, when the word teenager is mentioned, what comes to our mind is a bunch of gullible, reckless individuals who have the darkest part of the human nature. Now, teenhood comes after childhood and before adulthood. Children have this ability to imagine beyond and are unbelievably persistent, while adults take a more tactical, realistic approach. Remarkably and amazingly, these characters can be found in teenagers where they exist in a significant balance. Like I said earlier, we and the rest of the world have this negative mindset where teenagers rather engage in juvenile activities, parents go into a fear mode when their children turn 13, and the home becomes a prison. Admittedly, teenagers have tendencies to behave in an unnatural manner due to outbursts of emotions and hyperactive hormones. The easiest way to deal with this sort of indiscipline is through a fierce hand, but it's not the most effective. This strictness should be helped with some understanding. Personally, in my opinion, I believe that the guidance that comes from our parents, our leaders, at this age is crucial because as much as time and space must be given to teenagers to be able to express themselves and incorporate into themselves their own values, these values should be led down the right path. Now, rules may be given, instructions laid down, but at the end of the day, it's a choice to obey or to disobey. Great people that we have today, like Pablo Picasso, an amazing artist who contributed greatly to the creative world. At a tender age of 8, he was drawing and painting bulls. At 14, he was mastering some of the most advanced skills in art. And he is responsible for the development of a wonderful art technique called Kumbuism. And people like Ashish Thakkar, he is a Ugandan. And Uganda is just on the other side of Africa, the east side of Africa. And he's the founder of a Pan-African business group. At 15, he opened a small shop in Kampala opposite his father's. At 16, he was selling his goods from home to Dubai. And today, he's 31 years old, and his business is stretched over 18 African countries with diverse interests, ranging from communication to finance to real estate to agriculture, name it. And my humble self, I've written 2 books which are currently being published. And the reason I write is because I have this thing about putting down on paper some of the emotions, some of those significant miracles that pass us day by day, which we can hardly see. And I remember when I was in JSS2, we we were doing an essay competition. I had never written then. I never thought of writing. And, you know, I was scared because I was like, what am I going to do? So I went to my uncle. He advised me, told him to put down on paper what I wanted, the way I felt. And, you know, at the end of the term, I took first position. I came first, and that was an amazing feeling. And to cap it all, to be here participating in this amazing event is a privilege on its own. Now, what do I see here? All these people, including myself, who I've mentioned, they all went through teenage years, and they didn't see these teenagers as a course. They saw it as a lesson. Because this was the time where they set down the building blocks for their success. I would like every teenager to understand that though they are going to be great in future, no doubt about it, that the greatness for every child who is going to be a teenager, and for every teenager, it starts today, it starts now, it starts this moment. Thank you very much.